Well, then it. Well, I was like, oh yeah. Oh, yes, I'll do another one. I don't feel like that one. Freedom is free. Liar, liar, pants on fire. This devil's advocate, week 48, says American freedom ain't ever been free. American freedom was always meant to be free for everyone after me. Just killed me now. I missed the entire countertop. That's amazing. Freedom ain't free. People cry out, freedom is free. Everyone has rights here. Everyone has rights there, right? But the truth is, freedom hasn't ever been free. And it's the American way of life to address the fact that freedom is free for everyone after me, right? The reason all of the American public is free because there are people sacrificing some distinct liberties such that everyone who comes after them has the freedom to indulge and be privileged that someone sacrificed for them to be so privileged, right? It is that American political belief that freedom isn't free, period. It comes at the cost of everyone before you that you have this freedom and this liberty to be as dumb as you are. But hey, that is the week 28 devil's advocate. American freedom ain't ever been free, right? American freedom is only free for everyone after me, right? So that is the hot take. And now that the YouTube short is over, let's get a full introduction. Well, welcome to the realm of Millenia, be man, woman, child, a spirit, creature, demon, be yay, native migrator, or maybe even invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millenian Mailman, here today, bringing you guys another hot take hump day. Week 48, devil's advocate. American freedom ain't ever been free. Freedom is only free for everyone after me. That's to better imply, like, hey, freedom is free for everyone after me because I am paying the freaking price, right? That's not to say that I get it free and no one else does. No, that's saying everyone before you is paying the price. Freedom is free for everyone after me because since I'm here, I am paving the way for you to have free what you can label as free. I am the laboring workhorse so that you guys don't have to worry about paving the road. But the moment I die, guess what? Someone else is going to have to pave the road. And when they're paving the road, everyone after them is going to have a free ride and be able to walk this road without paying any cost, because the cost that they paid was the life of the person who died paving the road. Make sense? Eagle in the sky, eagle eyes, right? America is 10,000% all about creating a better, more privileged future for generations to come, right? And 10,000% about the current endeavors and struggles suffered at all times by those that can. So those that have the will, competence, and capability and or fortitude to follow through to make the future what you want the future that you want to exist, the opportunity to exist in reality. I'll say it again because that one was kind of long. And I definitely made a few mistakes while reading it because I didn't prep myself. America is 100% all about creating a better, more privileged future for generations to come. And 10,000% about the current endeavors and struggles suffered by people at all times by those that can endure these suffering struggles, so that those that have the will, competence, capability, or fortitude to follow through can make the future that they want to exist afforded the opportunity to actually exist in reality. So with this first part, America is 100% all about creating a better, more privileged future for generations to come. Yeah, don't anyone deny that. Because if you deny that, you deny the concept that the American dream ever existed. Right? It's the American dream. Get your acre and a mule. Right? You have the opportunity to build a better future for yourself and your family, build your HQ and build up. It's the American dream, the American privilege that you have the opportunity to do it, that you have the opportunity to own, the opportunity to have. That came to law at the cost of civil war, worldwide war, war against the British colonizers, right? Boston Tea Party and all that jazz. People died for this dream. And it's only because people died at some point and people currently losing their privilege to join the military and lose their right to partial free speech, lose their right to bear arms in some aspects, in some bases, lose their right to speak out against a leader, lose their right because people are joining the military. It is because people are paying the cost and submitting themselves to take orders and never disobey. People are paying the cost, being drafted to forcefully participate in wars because people are paying the cost, losing their life to defend you, defend these liberties, to defend democracy, defend the American populace, defend the American way of life, defending the American dream. America is 100% all about creating a more privileged future. Privilege being something you yourself or any particular person never had to suffer directly for, right? America's all about creating privilege and opportunity, right? And if you deny that, that means you believe that America's not about making the future safer and more profitable and more opportunistically capable for the women and children they're not forcing to the front lines, for the people domestically who are not being forced into foreign fields and fighting these wars like the Iran or what is it? Iraq? It's Iraq currently, right? Right? If America wasn't about privilege, they'd be like, hey, we need more cannon fodders. Get the hell over there. Right? The reason we don't have to indulge in any drafts for any of the wars and firefights we have, like the Venezuela, the potential Cuba, the Iraq, Afghanistan, the reason we don't need to draft into these wars is because people sacrifice that opportunity to choose by joining the military. People join the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, the Space Force. They're joining these occasions such that everyone of the future and everyone else who got other jobs and domestic jobs and non-infrastructure and entertainment industry, you have the ability to become an entertainer. You have the ability to become a model. You have the ability to be a cosmetologist, a nail tech, a barista. What else we got in town here? A librarian. You have the opportunity to be a gas station employee, a janitor, because you didn't have to be a part of the war effort because someone else is. America is 100% about creating a better, more privileged future for generations to come, to include the current generation that doesn't have to participate. America is 100% about creating a better, more privileged future. You are privileged to not be forced into participating. Shut up, dryer. Washing machine and dryer are so loud when I do video time. America is 100% all about creating privilege for the next generation. And with every effort they force their actual foot soldiers to do is one less action you, good sir, ma'am, woman, child, have to participate in. All these wars people are dying in for the sake of you and your democracy and your rights to free speech and verbal and physical altercations on the domestic front is less you are forced to endure as other people are forced to endure it for you. So you have that right to keep your ideologies and your belief systems and participating in what you want to participate. You get the opportunity and the privilege to do whatever you want here in America domestically because someone else probably is doing something they don't want to do for someone they don't want to be doing it for. Right? Because every time the president changes, I promise you, there's a number of soldiers and American military men who are like, I hate the president. I don't want him to be my commander. I don't want her to be my commander. I hate them. I hate this. Da-da-da-da. But guess what? They're still going to be forced to participate or be thrown in prison. Because that is how it works. America is about creating privilege for everyone after, not you of this generation. If you're a part of this generation, let alone a part of the military specifically in this slew of examples, if you're a part of this generation, you're doing it so everyone after you doesn't, right? If you, let's say you support the Iraq, I don't know who it is fighting right now. I don't keep steady progress with it. I just know it was last, but it's way off, right? If you are in support of the Iran, whatever Middle East war that's going on or just ended, if you're a part in support of that, guess what? You're privileged to not be a part of it. Everyone who's going to be later joining the military is privileged that they don't have to participate in that war because it's already over. Other people participated and it's over now. You're privileged enough to not have to participate and suffer at the hands of any commanding officers whose decisions you don't gotta agree to. You are just less privileged to having to participate in whatever comes next during your tenure. If we get into another war during your tenure, shucks. You're going to be the one creating privilege for everyone else after you, right? Unless, of course, you want to be a dissenter and be thrown in prison until the war effort is over. It's always an option. That is an option you can do. You can not participate and follow instructions and be thrown in prison for however long until, right? But there is that privilege being created for future generations. But I digress. That was point one. America is 100% all about creating a better, more privileged future for generations to come. Point two. And America is 10,000% all about the current endeavors and struggles suffered at all times by those that can. That is saying, like, hey, we make the capable suffer. We make the capable pave the way for those generations to come. America's 1,000%. Hey, if you're capable and you're able, and God forbid, if you're willing to participate, because if you don't want to participate, but you just want to piggyback off the reputation we have for doing this, we're going to lock you in a prison somewhere until it's over, because we're not going to let you not follow directions and ruin everything we're trying to do right here, right? If you're willing, like if you're not being drafted and you're willing to participate and you join the military to do something, if you're willing, you're competent and capable, guess what? Hey, we want 10,000% support you coming in to join on and be like, hey, we'll pay you to be one of our top employees per se in this war effort. We'll 10,000% support you in paving the way in innovation. 10,000% support you in developing AI and developing innovative machines and developmental ideas and infrastructures and means and anything. We'll 10,000% support you if what you're thinking and your innovation makes sense. If your concept of this, that is so revolutionary and you can explain it and describe it to us, we will 10,000% support you in your struggle to develop this thing. So I promise you, right? What is it? Like 110 years ago, telephone booth didn't exist. And yet now we have phones so small, they can fit in your pocket. Telephone booths didn't exist 120, 150 years ago. Put it in perspective. In the last 150 years, we've went from telecommunications needing to be so big. No. In 150 years, we've gone from, in order to speak to someone a mile away, you need to get on a horseback and send a message. You need to write a letter, stamp it, seal it, and move on. In just 150 years, we've gone from that. You couldn't communicate across the oceans to, hey, we're communicating across the ocean and through phones so small they can fit in your pocket. Calculators had to be the size of a 2-story apartment to do extremely long division math. Now, on the same device we use to call and talk to someone in Arizona, right? Someone in Arizona can talk to a guy in Hong Kong through a device that they can fit in their pocket and do extreme calculations with imaginary numbers off that same device. 150 years on a planet with thousands of years of history. We've gone that far, right? But that's all because support. 10,000% support people currently suffering. We will help you in your endeavors if you're competent and capable of following through. But there are plenty of aspects where we've gone through the process. I'm not saying the American government specifically developed phones to go this expeditiously, but I'm just saying, like, for example, there are other things like medical fields that they actually heavily invested in, but just saying. America is 10,000% all about current endeavors and struggles suffered so that we could create those privileges. All about supporting those who are competent, capable, and willing to innovate and endure to create the privilege for the future generations. 10,000%. You hand over this revolutionary ideas. America might want to take credit for it, but they'll definitely support you in developing it. I promise you. Say, hey, say American government on the first line of this thesis, and we'll fund everything and make sure that whatever funding we get, you can skim 10% off the top. I promise you. Just make sure America government has top line on that thesis. That's it. Amen. Right? When 10,000 support you in your struggles and endeavors. But I move on because I digressed again. Right? 10,000% support and the current endeavors going on so that those who have that capability and or fortitude to follow through can make the future. Because it's all about making the future. The whole world is about development and innovation. Whether you're communist, socialist, or capitalist, The whole world moving into the future is about change. And America is 1000% up for people willfully participating in that change. Vice coercive means of forcing you to develop change. America is in full support of people willfully participating and using their own skills and deciding and will to participate in developing it. Hey, the future you want, if you want to talk to a best friend and have a pen pal all the way in a different country, in a different nation, do that. But if you want it to be easier and you want the future to be awesome where you could just talk to them, hey, I will fund you to develop that thing. Imagine that. If anyone today, in today's day and age, is over 200 years old, if someone is 200 years old, that means in their 20s, the concept of a phone didn't exist. And then yet now, at the age of like 202, phones are so compact and capable of beyond your wildest imagination that they could do everything at the powers of basically God in their hand. Someone just 200 years old is going to be like, I remember when in order to talk to someone 20 yards away, I needed to go all the way over there. Now I can talk to someone several cities over in just a few minutes, right? That's how revolutionary communicate. I'm pretty sure like I'm severely underestimating now that I think about it, because there are car brands older than 100 years. But I digress. So I'm probably severely underestimating the telecommunications concept right now. But hey, I'm a devil's advocate, and I'm trying to twist. I'm trying to twist. But hey, right? But those are the points, right? All about allowing you to make the future you want turn into something that has an opportunity to exist in reality. If you can imagine it, if you can have a dream, America's all about affording you the opportunity to make it come true. But hey, it's not Funny Guy Friday, but I'll say this utterly dark humor joke to end off the video. Why do black people not dream? No. That's not how it goes. I ruined it, but I'm going to still say it again. Why do black people have nightmares? Why do black people have nightmares? Because the last person who had a dream died. Good night, folks. If you like what I had to say, or at least how I said it, leave a like on the video. Comment down in the comment section down below any questions, comments, concerns, or other things you might add. Email me at MILLENIANmailmen@gmail.com. Those questions, comments, concerns, or anything. I check it once a week. And by all means, share the video for more exposure of the channel, my content, or the fact that I'm writing a book series I'm working on. Trying to publish it by March 2028. But hey, share for more exposure. Subscribe if you feel like it. Peace, love, and happiness is all the best of things to you. I ended on a dark humor note. I hope you are not offended, but goodbye.